Okay guys, I want to take a minute and we're going to look really quickly at how to graph some points on a coordinate grid. So I'm starting out here with only the question that's wanting you to place the points 3, 2, and 4, 1 on a graph, just to show you how quickly and easily you can draw a graph when you have grid paper, because you'll run into plenty of situations where it's going to be beneficial to just go ahead and draw yourself a coordinate grid, because you might not have one available or drawn out for you, or you might be working on a computer and not have the availability to draw one out. So I used a ruler just because I could. I've got it right there, and it makes my line straight so that you can see really easily what we're doing. So I've got my basic coordinate grid laid out, and I'm going to label my X and Y axis. So my X axis over here is the one that is horizontal. My Y axis is going to be the one up here that's vertical. Okay, so your axes are straight lines, and technically they do continue in the opposite direction, like the y-axis going this way, the x this way. But for 5th grade, you're just looking at the first quadrant, which would be this area over here. The next thing I want to put on there is the origin. That's where it begins. It's the point 0, 0. So that is just the point where the x and y axis meet. It's where you begin counting from to find your different points. The next thing I'm going to do is put some tick marks here. Now, if you have just marks like this, then you can say, well, they weren't more specific than that, so that's just going to be one each going on. Or they might have them labeled. A lot of times it will be just one at a time, or it might go 10 at a time. They could go 2 at a time or 3 at a time. It just depends. The nice thing, if you're drawing it out, is you get to choose how much you're counting by. So for me, I'm just counting by ones here. So I've got my x-axis and my y-axis labeled with the numbers that I need to use to be able to graph my points. So it says place the point 3, 2, and 4, 1 on the graph. To do that, I'm always going to start at the origin here. Okay? And I will count across and up to find where the point needs to go. The thing is, I've got to make sure that I'm going the right direction first. So an easy way to remember is always walk across first and then jump up. So there's no way for you to, if you're trying to reach something up high, you can't jump up and then magically float across. I remember I've got to walk across first and then jump up to get to the right point. So the first number there, the 3, that's my x coordinate. The next number, the 2, is my y coordinate. That's the same for every single ordered pair that you have. So to find the point 3, 2, I would go over 1, 2, 3, and then jump up to the place where the 2 meets that, which would be right there. And then I can label it as 3, 2, so I know that's my point. Or let's say they might give it to you a little bit different way. Let's say they said 4, 1 would be known as point B. So when I'm finding 4, 1, now a lot of times for some reason we really want to go up here and over and put it right here. But remember, we always go across first and then up. So I'll go across 1, 2, 3, 4 across from the origin, and then up 1. My point's there. And if they had it labeled as point B, then instead of writing out that whole coordinate, I can just put a B right there like that. Now the other option of something you might see is they may give you a point. Say, let's put a point right there. And I will label that as point A. And they want to know, what are the coordinates? So what are the coordinates for point A? So the coordinates for point A, all I would do would be to count how far across. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 across. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. So the coordinates for point A would just be go across 4 on the x-axis and up 5 on the y-axis. And when you go across 4 and up 5, that is where you get to that point that I've labeled as A. So this is just a few things on the coordinate plane. I'll have a video coming up not long after this over how to check graphs along with tables or to graph something from a table.